Memory. There are 3 different ways of processing memory: encoding, storage, retrieval.
Encoding. Any information which we sense and subsequently attempt to process, store, and later retrieve must be brought in through one of the senses and then transferred into some form that our bodies and minds understand.
Acoustically. Acoustic encoding is a process of remembering and comprehending something that you hear. Semantically. Semantic encoding is a specific type of encoding in which the meaning of something is encoded as opposed to the sound or vision of it. Visually. Visual encoding is a process of storage through visual images.
Storage. A memory-related term that refers to the ability to retain information in the brain in the memory.
Short-term memory. The part of the memory system where information is stored for approximately 30 seconds. The capacity of short-term memory is also limited. An average people can roughly store 7 chunks of information plus or minus 2, which was demonstrated in our experiment.
Long-term memory refers to the limited capacity memory stored that can hold information over lengthy periods of time.
Retrieval. The process in which information in your memory can be recalled. Information concerning events, images, and feelings are all stored in our memory.
Retrieval cues. Recollection. Involves reconstructing memory, using logical structures, partial memories, narratives, or clues. For example, when writing an answer on an essay exam involving bits of information, and then restructuring the information based on these partial memories.
Recognition. Recognizing information after identifying it again. For example, taking a multiple choice quiz. Relearning. Involves relearning information that has been previously learned.
Recall. Being able to access information without being cued. Answering a question on a fill-in-the-blank test is a good example of recall.
Processing. Automatic process. Processes that do not require attention. They can often be performed along with other tasks without interference.
Effortful processing. Learning or storing, encoding that requires attention and effort.
Variables. Variables, any characteristics that can assume multiple values or can vary in participants. Spacing effect. We learn material more effectively and easily when we study it several times spaced out over a longer time span, rather than trying to learn it in a short period of time.
We're focusing on memory retrieval because as senior students, it is fundamental for us to remember things, whether it is our notes, examination dates, or date nights with that cute girl from social studies. You don't remember?
What we learned. From this following experiment you're about to see, we expanded our knowledge on mainly memory retrieval and proved a minor theory on how motivation affects memory. Using positive incentives helps a person complete a task better than without any incentive.
Theorists. We chose 2 theorists to represent our project, Hermann Ebbinghaus and Daniel Schacter. Hermann Ebbinghaus. Known for his quote, "The amount learned depends on the time spent learning." In our experiment, participants will attempt to memorize a sequence of 8 numbers using short-term memory. In other words, they will not actually learn the sequence, as they will forget the sequence within a minute. They didn't spend much time learning it, and they did not learn anything for their long-term memory. Daniel Schacter. According to Schacter, the 7 sins are actually a normal part of human memory and are a result of adaptive features in our memories. The 7 sins are transcendence, absent-mindedness, blocking, misattribution, suggestibility, persistence, and bias. This relates to our project because these sins can impact how our participants do in our experiments. Comparison between Ebbinghaus and Schacter. Ebbinghaus states that the amount learned is based on the time spent learning, and Schacter's 7 sins are factors of memory. Memory is a big part of learning. Both of these theorists are known for the process of memory, and how well a person can be at memorizing, taking in experiences and habits they could have. The 7 sins of transcendence, absent-mindedness, blocking, misattribution, suggestibility, persistence, and bias can be considered confounding variables depending on the person. Time spent learning is also affected by the 7 sins, which also can be an asset, because even if a person spends a lot of time learning, They might be blocking important information or bias is misleading them.
Today we have 2 sequences, 8 numbers of each, and we'll be giving each experiment 10 seconds to memorize them and retrieve them back.
On the first sequence, there is no practice. For the second sequence, to motivate them, we have practice. We have the first practice and the second practice. So let's see how it goes.
So here we have our first experiment. I'm Chantel.
Hi, I'm Robbie.
Nice to meet you,
Nice to
Robbie.
meet you.
What year are you in?
I'm 4th year.
And you're majoring in
Biomedical physiology.
Just interactive arts and technology.
NCF. So here today, I'm going to give you a sequence of 8 numbers, and I'm going to see if you can memorize them.
Okay.
Alright? So, 7, 9, 1,
2, 5, 6, 8, 0.
Seven, nine, 1, 2, 6, 5, 8, 0.
No. It's okay, it's okay. You can redeem yourself.
Okay,
I have
okay.
a second sequence for you.
Alright.
But this time, if you get it all right, you get a prize.
Okay.
Alright? So, 9, 5, 2, 8,
3, 8, 6, 1.
9, 5, 2, 8, 3, 8, 6, 1.
Yeah, very good.
952, 838, 61.
Woo! Alright, yeah, that's for you today.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so you choose from here. Who's that? Is the winner?
Holy shit. This is awesome.
Yeah.
A ring pull-up?
Yeah.
Oh, I love you guys. Thanks, guys.
So anyways, do you have any strategies of remembering? Like, how did you remember all the numbers?
I don't know. I just kept saying them in my head.
Yeah?
Basically, that was it. I think if it was longer than 10 seconds, I'd forget. But because it's a short time period,
Yeah. So your short-term memory helped you out.
So if I ask you now to remember the first sequence,
I wouldn't know it.
second
Yeah.
sequence,
Why not?
Yeah.
short-term memory.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
so much, Armand. Thank you.
How did you memorize it?
Okay, well, from screwing up the first time, obviously, like, I have to change my style of memorizing it. So first, when you give me the numbers, I tried to memorize it all at once. So, like, the next time, or the second time I did it, I just clustered it into 3 because it made it easier for me to remember numbers in 3s. That's why for pro numbers, you do like 604 and then
Yeah.
whatever.
Smart.
That's the reason why.
I already started like that the first time. I started